What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, I am just now leaving Pooler, Georgia, headed back home. There's no way I'm making it all the way back home today, and I'm not even gonna try because it'll be dark and I don't want to hit a deer. I don't have nearly as much lighting on this bike as I do my bagger, and if you watch my first video, I talk about why I didn't ride my bagger out to Pooler, Georgia, because the security module went out. So I'll probably ride about 150 miles, 200 miles. One, it's already past 2 o'clock. And some of the areas I'd be riding in, yeah, I do not want to hit a deer. Even on my bagger, I really don't ride at night. Just something I don't like to do. Now, if I'm in a major city, I'll go out, ride around it at night, but not out of the country. But I got to thinking of all the events that I was able to do this year. And let me tell you, I couldn't be happier with making as many as I did. They were not all planned. Well, I started planning, but not like a year in advance, several months. Like Sturgis, I had literally 3 months to plan. I started planning for Milwaukee and then added Sturgis on there. So, and that was already after Daytona. So to be able to make those was amazing. Milwaukee, I went to the year prior. So it wasn't like I was going somewhere new for that one. I was going to hang out with some friends, see some old friends, make some new ones. And I think it's an awesome event to go to. And if you watch those videos, the turnout was not nearly as big as the year prior. But I stopped telling myself with Sturgis, hey, I'll plan for it for the next year. Hey, I really like to go. I hated being at home and seeing all the videos, the posts of Sturgis. I'm like, that's an amazing place. I can do some riding up there. So I was like, hey, I'm going this year. I don't care what I have to do. I am making that trip. And my wife never bumped me on that, said, hey, no, you ain't going. It's like, hey, if you want to go, do it. And I couldn't be happier that she supported my decision in going to Sturgis. It meant the world to me. Because the opportunities that came about from going to Sturgis was life-changing. Well, maybe not life-changing, but experiences that will be with me for the rest of my life. Because I got to hang out with John and Sandy, put down 1,000 miles, make a better connection, a better friendship with them because we crushed some miles. What's up, guys? Because let me tell you, I mean, when you put down some miles with people, you stay at a hotel with them, you chit chat, go to lunch, go to dinner, you make connections, you make those friendships. And that's one reason I love being out on the road, because the friendships I have made is amazing. Starting this channel, getting to meet you guys and other content creators, I'll never stop doing this. I got that itch, I got that drive, and we're gonna grow the channel. We're gonna grow it and, you know, make more content, so I'm excited. But I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. We're gonna get down the road and see where we end up.
I was starting to get cold there for a minute. Luckily, I brought my Kimimoto heated jacket because it's starting to rain. I'm getting cold, wet, and hungry. So I'm probably going to start looking for a hotel. Just look at that. Yeah.
Well, I did not find a hotel room anywhere really close to that gas station, so I'm having to push another 60 miles down the road, which is kind of funny. That's actually the spot I wanted to make it to today anyway, but that gas station seemed a little sketchy to me. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and it only had 2 gas pumps. The other 2 were broken and they looked like bashed in or something, I don't know, but I was like, I'm not even gonna go in there, grab me a drink, grab me a bag of chips and eat. I'm just gonna keep pushing. Well, it looks like I finally kind of ran out of the rain a little bit, which is great. But I'm so glad I have my Kimimoto jacket because the heat is making me a lot more comfortable. I feel a little soggy. I mean, water's running down my sleeve, but I'm not completely miserable. I am hungry. If the Sportster was my main transportation, would I have made all the trips this year? Probably not, or even the last several years. Because if you've been checking out my channel, I have done tent camping at most of the major events, which has made them a lot cheaper. Could I tent camp on the Sportster? I could, but I don't think I could bring as much gear as I do on the bagger. I'd been looking at smaller, lighter stuff back on here than that big camping bag that I put on the back of the bagger. So that'd been more expensive camping gear that I would have had got too. I don't think I could do 400 to 500 mile days back to back. I have on the bagger, but we're talking about a bigger bike, be able to pack for just a completely different animal, and it has cruise control. This one does not. Clearly, I mean, you cannot consider the knob under the throttle really a cruise control. Not a great one anyway. I mean, you can lock your throttle in position, but yeah, I don't like using it. So, to do some of the trips, like if I was going to Sturgis, it took me 3 days to get home on the bagger, doing basically 500-mile days. I would have added probably at least another day to 2 days, which is more hotel rooms, more fees. So having the bagger has really allowed me to do some of these trips.
Well guys, I had to pull over and get my night glasses. My tinted visor is getting a little bit too dark. I mean, there's still some sun out and I'm gonna keep pushing as long as there's some light. So I've already hit where I wanted to for today, but I feel like I got a second wind right now. But the Kimimoto jacket kind of keeping me warm. I feel like I should keep pushing as long as there's light out. So we're gonna get back on the bike and get going. This way I can see a lot better. Had to push started. Freaking battery, and I just swapped this out yesterday. So now I'm actually headed to Raleigh before I even get to a hotel. 2 batteries in 2 days. Are you freaking kidding me? I don't think it's a charging system, because with that new battery, I rode over 200 something miles. So if it wasn't charging at all, the battery would have died, the bike would have died, and everything would have just shut off. That didn't happen. As long as the bike was running, I was going down the road.
The next day.
Good morning, guys. Well, last night was foggy as rip. I'm literally having to pull my glasses down and look past them because they were fogging up so bad. I almost needed some anti-fog on my lenses. So yeah, I'm glad I did not have to ride too far in that, with it being dark, foggy, and yeah, I was kind of tired at that point from changing out the battery. But OddsZone is literally right there, so we're gonna walk over there in a minute and go ahead and get a multimeter and just check the battery anyway. I mean, it wouldn't hurt nothing. I can't change anything out right now, but give me a little bit of peace of mind. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. Alright guys, I did 3 quick tests that I could possibly do to check my charging system. I checked the voltage before starting the bike. I let it idle. I did not see that voltage drop, and when I gave it gas, I did see the voltage go up. So that is telling me that it's charging, but when we get home, I'm going to do a few more tests. That way I have all my tools and everything I need to make sure the charging system is working. I can also crack the primary, or not really the primary, but the dairy cover, and if I get a burnt smell in there, then I know the stator has gone bad in the bike. I don't think that is the problem, because if it is, then I would not seen that voltage rise on the battery. But it's time to finish off the trip. We got 200 more miles to get home, and hopefully don't run into any more problems, because I don't think O'Reilly's is gonna switch out the battery again for me, because I just did that last night. But let's go.
Starting this channel has been the best thing for me. It really has, because of the friendship that I have made. So going to events has made it more enjoyable, because my friends will be there. I'll meet new friends. I get to share those events with somebody instead of being by myself. Now, going to places like Savannah and little towns, yeah, that's not so bad by yourself, but going to like Sturgis, Milwaukee, Daytona, having somebody to hang out with and enjoy those events with just makes it that much more enjoyable, in my own opinion, than just having to go by yourself. Because then you feel like, I don't know, it's just a different feeling being with somebody to hang out with and talk to, go to lunch, whatever it might be, than just having to do it all by yourself. So without starting the channel, I would have not made the friends that I have. I mean, a lot of content creators that I have made friends with over the last several years, that I have rode with, made these connections, and you guys. And we're gonna continue to grow this channel and make more friendships. I'm not turning back, guys. I'm gonna keep pushing and making friends and content for you. And that's the plan. But shoo, I'm just glad it's not dark, because all this rain and it is foggy, as you can see. And last night was real foggy. But we're gonna keep pushing and get down the road, guys. So let's go.
guys, we have officially made it home from the last moto trip of the year. Now, I did have to replace the battery twice, and as soon as I got home, I put a voltage meter to the bike to see what the battery is reading, and it is draining. So, I don't think it's still the charging system, but now that I have officially checked it, with it still being able to crank and get all the way here, I got to check the stator, I got to check the voltage regulator, and probably replace some grounds, because that's what I'm thinking it is a bad ground wire at this point. So the last battery probably wasn't bad at all. Now, the very first one, they said it was bad. But that being said, it is my last moto trip where I'm going out of state for the rest of the year. Not the last trip I'm taking this year. Next trip I take is going to be a family trip, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. I'm not going to tell you where we're going. I'm excited about where we're going. I really am, because me and the wife, we're going to go on a trip up to the north, and that kind of fell through. So this one is not falling through, and that's only happening in just a few weeks. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. No motorcycle though, but that's all right. So once I get this one seen about and that one fixed, where I got to take that up to the dealership, which I'll be showing you all that, I'll be doing some riding around town, putting on my winter gear, my heated gear, and doing some more short trips, you know, just kind of out and hang out with you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be interesting. But I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next time.